up, party people, to another episode of Who Asked You Podcast. I am your humble host, Studi Too Groovy, and today we're talking about your boy, Barack Obama. I'm sure that the people who are going to watch this kind of might know a little bit about this, but I just want to put my little 2 cents in. This won't be a long episode at all. It'll be, I say 20 minutes or so. I believe that's how long this should run, for like 20 minutes. So without further ado, let me just get into it. As y'all come in, please hit the like button. Shout out Crown G in the building. Let's get it. So, Blackface, White Teeth, He's for the Elite by Studi Too Groovy. Is he the first black president, or is he the first foreign homosexual satanic cabal member? Who is Barry Soetoro? As you can see, that's your boy Obama right there. Columbia University in the city of New York, foreign student badge ID, Barry Soetoro. Barry grew up in Jakarta. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia, where future President Obama grew up in. He allegedly had a transsexual male nanny. Obama lived in Jakarta from 1967 and 1971 with his mother, Stanley Ann Duham, and his Indonesian stepfather, Lolo Soetoro, in a one-story house in a district called Menteng Dalam. Now, even though these are official tissue, I'm going to say allegedly for this whole presentation. Evie, the alleged trans nanny. Evie, 66, who was born male but considers himself, I should have put a woman, came to prominence after an article by the Associated Press about the struggles of transgender people, in Indonesia, predominantly Muslim nation. Obama's lineage. The woman on the left is Angela Merkel Obama, that's Obama 5 years old. Angela Merkel is Obama's mother. Also, Angela Merkel is Hitler's daughter. Here's a Kenyan article for evidence that he is actually from Kenya, even though he grew up in Indonesia. This is the Sunday Standard, Sunday, June 27, 2004. The article reads, the Standard is Kenya's #1 website that delivers real-time news across the globe. In 2004, they celebrated Obama's possible U.S. Senate. Kenyan-born U.S. Senate hopeful Barack Obama appeared set to take over the Illinois Senate seat after his main rival, Jack Ryan, dropped out of the race on Friday night amid a furor over lurid sex club allegations. So how exactly do you become president? And I'm going to play this video because there's no possible way that a man can be born in Kenya, grow up in Indonesia, and then become the president of the United States. Somehow, some way, he finagled his way into that seat of power. So I'm gonna play this short video as soon as it feels like loading up. Once again, please hit that like button as y'all come in. Here we go.
Lots of people dream of becoming President of the United States. But to officially run for office, a person needs to meet 3 basic requirements established by the U.S. Constitution. A presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen, at least 35 years old, and a U.S. resident for at least 14 years. People with similar...
Now, how in the fuck did President Obama become president? Like he was literally none of those. He did not grow up. Oh, I see y'all. Shout out Crown G, of course, Sierra Brown, T Goodwin. Hey, how's it going? For sure, they tripping. I don't know how he infiltrated and got away with that. Now, these next few slides is going to show his vice president, and the reason why I'm showing this is because you are the company that you keep, you know? So who you hang with, the type of surroundings you have is a representation of you. So I had to show Uncle Joe and yeah, just watch the creepism that his best friend, his partner in crime.
My dad used to say, you got one job. I have a beautiful sister like you guys. I swear to God, he used to say, you have one job. Keep the guys away from your sister. You're in trouble. Hey, Bridget, how old are you? 16. Uh-oh. I hope you got big dogs around the house.
Big dogs.
I'm supposed to kiss
Who
you.
is that?
No.
I don't kiss you.
Why don't you kiss me? Thank you.
You it's
Over there, Mary Lyle. Good to see you, man.
Man, I wish a grown man would do that.
You know that, right? All right. Can I have a picture with just the kids?
Absolutely.
Forget the adults. Come on. You get right in there. Come on. When I die, I want to be reborn in Charleston.
I thought you were a little kid already.
Well, yeah, I get to go down almost once a year.
This is my mother, Joanna.
Mom, I want to know what you're drinking. God, look at your sister. Jesus, God. I'm serious.
Vice President of the United States.
Uncle Joe, a creep
For a
freak.
couple more days.
It's okay. You hang on to that.
And girls, be patient. Fathers are hard to raise. Just be patient. That's my daughter told me. Oh, I tell you what. You ready?
All right, ready? Oh, I got it. Right
Look
there.
at his hands, man.
Goofy one.
You sound like my daughter. Get in there. Gotta get us all in.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks so much.
Thank
I'm
you
gonna
so
leave that
much.
Bible here.
Thank you.
She tried to take it.
Right.
No, I ask you all one favor.
What?
Tell them in 14 days, no longer vice president. Tell them to still say hi to me. You know what I mean?
Just a straight creep. Now, Vice President Biden, international corruption. I'm going to let this video speak for itself, but it's audio recording of a telephone conversation between Vice President of the United States, Joseph Biden, and President of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, I think. This is from February 18th, 2016. He's definitely a creepazoid. I won't play the whole video because I may not because it's 11 minutes long, but.
But before Vice President Biden comes, I just wanted to try to urge you to see if there's a way to get by this problem of replacing the Prosecutor General, Shokin, because from our perception, he's blocked the cleanup of the Prosecutor General's office, and I know the Vice President is very concerned about it, and I think it'd be good to try to have some resolution of that before the Vice President comes, if it's possible, and have real clarity as to the steps that we're going to take forward. I think his visit and his speech to the right are a good opportunity to showcase your successes as we continue forward.
And I doubt that any other general prosecutor can do that.
but we provide absolutely transparent procedure for the selection commission, and the procedure was widely accepted both inside the country, including my opponents, all the NGO, all the parliamentary forces. They widely accepted as an absolutely transparent and effective situation. And as I promised, the very next day, before the 1st of December, exactly as I promised to Vice President Biden, this person who was selected by the Selection Commission as appointed. Now, all of us should understand that the Prosecutor General Office has no any opportunity under the law to make any cases against corruption, because it immediately goes already from the 1st of December, the day before yesterday, to the new Anti-Corruption Bureau and the new Anti-Corruption Prosecutor Office. And I was very proud that Jean-Claude Juncker, Angela Merkel, François Hollande, and everybody welcomed it as a very...
Now, remember, I just told you who Angela Merkel was, right? That's Obama's mama.
For the prosecutor position and for Inspector General, I am also proud that exactly as we agreed with your Minister of Justice guy and your embassy, the Office of Inspector General is already established. It is coordinated not by General Prosecutor, but the Deputy of General Prosecutor, Mr. Sakvarilidze, exactly as we agreed with the Vice President and with the Ambassador. For the other continuation with the Prosecutor General Shokin and other things, I think I will speak with the Vice President Biden, and I doubt that it would be theoretically even possible to make any decision without any arguments before.
Vice President's going to take up with you, and we'll have a more detailed discussion about it.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
The Situation Room.
Hello. Joe Biden.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Your call is reconvened.
Petro, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's better.
I can hear you better too. I'm sorry.
No problem.
You were saying, I missed what you were saying.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm very happy to hear you. Second, this is very valuable for me that you find out a time for me even in Minnesota. And I'm dreaming some days to be with you in Minnesota.
That's easy, man. I tell you what, I'd like to be with you instead of Minnesota right now, but go ahead.
That's some homosexual undertones.
I have some positive and negative news. I will start with the positive news.
Well, good.
So I have a second positive news for you. Yesterday, I met with the General Prosecutor Shokin.
Yes.
And despite of the fact that we don't have any corruption charges, we don't have any information about he doing something wrong, I especially asked him, no, it was the day before yesterday, I especially asked him to resign as his position as a state person, and despite of the fact that he has a support in the parliament. And as a finish of my meeting with him, he promised me to give me the statement on resignation. And 1 hour ago, he bring me the written statement.
So they pretty much pressured the man to quit his job.
And this is my second step for keeping my promises.
I agree.
President Poroshenko?
Yes.
1 moment for Vice President Biden.
He said, despite no charges.
Introducing President Poroshenko.
Hey, Mr. President, Joe Biden, how are you?
Very well indeed. All the time when I hear your voice, it's a great pleasure for me.
More homosexual
Well,
overtones.
I'm on Air Force 2, and I think we're going to stay connected. We just took off, and I'm hoping this connection will stay open. Assuming that there is a new government and a new prosecutor general, I am prepared to do a public signing of the commitment for the $1 billion. Again, I'm not suggesting that that's what you want or don't want. I'm just suggesting that that's what we're prepared to do. Again, it wouldn't be finalized until, you know, the IMF pieces are written.
Extremely strong motivation. One of the
He just offered $1 million for a new government. Hold on.
Who is the public
Let me run that back.
You think that
Because he just offered $1 million for them to have a new government and a new general prosecutor.
There is a new government and a new prosecutor general.
And that's taxpayers' money. And who gave him permission to do that?
Commitment for the $1 billion. Again, I'm not suggesting that that's what you want or don't want. I'm just suggesting that that's what we're prepared to do. And again, it wouldn't be finalized until, you know, the IMF pieces are written.
Extremely strong motivation. One of the possible candidates was leader of my faction, Lutsenko, who is the public figure. If you think that the political motivated figure would be not very good from your point of view, I recall this proposal. I do not propose because nobody knows that I want to propose Lutsenko. In this situation, I take all the political motivated figures out from this process.
All right. Well, look. Let me when you and I finish speaking, let me huddle with my team, talk over what you and I just talked about.
He has the president of a whole different country in his pocket, bending over backwards for him to make up his own political cabinet. That is crazy. That is crazy.
I agree with you. There is a sense of urgency here.
President, just 1 minute for Vice President Biden.
Thank you.
Introducing President Poroshenko. Hey, Mr. President, Joe Biden. How are you?
Very well indeed. As usual, when I hear your voice. Look, what we're doing now, I think that within last 3 weeks, we demonstrate the real great progress in the reform. We voted in the parliament 100% tariffs, despite of the fact that the IMF expected only 75%. We launched in the real reform of the state-owned enterprises. We launched a reform for the prices for the medicine, removing all the obstacles.
Oh, you did a lot. I agree. Hey, Mr. President, Joe Biden. How are you?
Very well indeed. As usual, when I hear your voice.
Right, he do sound like he in the bathroom.
Very well. Congratulations on getting the new prosecutor general. I know there's a lot more that has to be done, but I really think that's good, and I understand you're working with the rod in the coming days on a number of additional laws to secure the IMF. So, but congratulations on installing the new prosecutor general. It's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage Shokin did. And I'm a man of my word. And that now that the new prosecutor general is in place, we're ready to move forward in signing that new $1 billion loan guarantee. And I don't know how you want to go about that. I'm not going to be able to get to Kyiv anytime soon, maybe next month or so. And I don't know whether you could either sign it with our ambassador, or if you came here, we could sign it, or if you want, we're inviting Groisman here later. I'm going to be talking to him later this morning, not for that purpose. We're inviting him to Washington. And so I'll leave it up to you as to how you want that done and when you want it done.
$1 billion loan, yo.
For these words of support, believe me that it was very tough challenge and very difficult job. And Mrs. Timoshenko and Mr. Leshko faction tried to break this because we not only voted for the new prosecutor general, which we do in a very short period of time, within 1 day, we changed the law. By the way, in this law, we presenting the new structure of the General Prosecutor Office, including the General Inspection, as we agreed.
That's real.
And the second thing, I immediately invite Lutsenko and said that he should contact
straight up bribe.
Please, if you will have a certain person who can come either from Washington or whenever. We have here, I don't remember his name, the Ukrainian origin American prosecutor. He's
Man, corruption in the White House indeed. Now, I found this video explaining the framing of Michael Flynn because we know that he just been released, but I'm not sure if people actually know what happened and what's going on. So I found this video, and I hope that this can clearly explain exactly what happened.
I wanted to go back to something that you said to Margaret earlier when you said that you have not underestimated ISIS's abilities. This is an organization that you once described as a JV team. I think a lot of Americans have this frustration that they see that the United States has the greatest military in the world. It has the backing of nearly every other country in the world when it comes to taking on ISIS. And I guess the question is, and if you'll forgive the language, is why can't we take out these bastards?
I think I've described very specifically what our strategy is.
Do you think you really understand this enemy well enough to defeat them and to protect the homeland?
I will tell you that the accuracy and the warnings that have been provided on the rise of radical Islamists over the last few years have been very, very clear. So what the president has actually received from the national intelligence system is pretty good intelligence, and I would say it's very accurate. So what he's done with that intelligence, from what we can tell right now, is he's taken on this really lousy policy.
What about this manipulation, this reported manipulation of the data that the intel analysts were being told, we don't like that message, fix it to comport more with the narrative coming out of the White House?
Yeah,
it's not that the Iraqi soldiers abandoned, it's that they redeployed.
Yeah, I think that that this issue of not meeting a narrative out of the White House, which meant don't talk about radical Islam, don't talk about this as being a form of a radicalization of the Islamic religion, which in fact it is. It is a cancer inside of the Islamic religion, and the White House and the president, frankly, has not wanted to say that.
We do not need a reckless president who believes she is above the law. Lock her up. That's right. That's right. Lock her up. I'm going to tell you what. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. I use hashtag never Hillary. That's what I use.
Straight up. Straight up.
This is retired Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, a one-time Army intelligence officer whose loyalty to Donald Trump likely will catapult him to one of the most important jobs in the Trump presidency. He's now the top contender to be National Security Advisor. Two senior military officers who served with him describe a somewhat bitter officer who adamantly believes President Obama isn't paying enough attention to the ISIS threat.
We must read our ability to truly crush our enemies.
He's known for being a big critic of the Obama administration. He says
he was appointed by Obama,
right now,
and it left badly.
He worked the Obama administration. He believes he was forced out of the Obama administration because of the criticism he put forth publicly and privately of the Obama administration, saying Al-Qaeda had been defeated. He said, no, they haven't been defeated.
And we have some breaking news from the Trump transition. Officials have confirmed that former General Michael Flynn has accepted an offer to serve as President Trump's national security advisor. That is a key position for a general with a long career in military intelligence.
Here's the lead up to his
U.S.
arrest.
investigators are scrutinizing late December phone calls between Mike Flynn, President Donald Trump's national security advisor, and Russia's ambassador to the U.S. This as part of a broader counterintelligence investigation of Russian activities here in the U.S. Law enforcement and intelligence officials are telling CNN. The calls were captured by routine U.S. eavesdropping targeting the Russian diplomats, according to the intelligence and law enforcement officials.
Evan, why was the U.S. monitoring these phone calls to begin with?
Well, Wolf, the calls were heard in the course of monitoring of communications of Russian diplomats. According to the U.S. officials we've talked to, the U.S. intelligence agencies routinely capture communications of senior foreign officials, including those based in the United States. Now, we know that the FBI and the intelligence agencies briefed members of the Obama White House team before President Obama left office about the Flynn phone calls with the Russian ambassadors, according to the sources we've talked to.
Breaking news overnight. The president's national security advisor, Michael Flynn, forced to resign 3 weeks after the White House was told by the Justice Department that he could be vulnerable to Russian blackmail for not telling the truth about his contacts with the Russian ambassador.
The retired general had become a lightning rod for criticism over his ties with Russia. It was a relationship dating back to 2015 when Flynn sat right next to Vladimir Putin at a dinner in Moscow. But it was December 29, 2016 that became the beginning of the end for Flynn. That day, President Obama announced new sanctions against Russia, expelled 35 Russian diplomats, and closed 2 Russian compounds, all in retaliation for Moscow's efforts to influence the U.S. presidential election. That same day,
came out
Flynn
that
had
was a
several
lie.
phone calls with the Russian ambassador to the United States. The next day, December 30th, in what came as a surprise to the Obama administration, Putin said no Americans would be expelled from Russia and that he would await the inauguration of Donald Trump before taking any action.
National Security Advisor, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, pleading guilty today to lying to the FBI, and now the announcement that he is cooperating with Special Counsel Mueller and the Russia investigation. Joining me now is the former Director of National Intelligence in the Obama administration, James Clapper. He's the top intelligence official.
For me, the first thing that came to mind is that, at least right now, the rule of law does prevail in this country, and that to me is very important.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir. Truth on this will come out.
After Trump won the election and he came to the White House to meet with President Obama, we now know that at that meeting, President Obama warned him specifically, do not hire Mike Flynn to be your national security advisor. Now, President Obama does not appear to have taken that kind of action about anybody else involved in the Trump campaign or the transition or the Trump administration. He chose at his meeting in the Oval Office with Trump to single out Mike Flynn as a danger, to warn him not to bring him on in any powerful role.
And y'all know
This is
anything
not a hoax. It's not fake. It's real.
Any person
I
that the lead is scared
as a
of,
friend
that's
and
who you
admirer of
rock
Jim
with.
Comey, I think there's a certain amount of indication there.
Do you think more heads will roll over this incident?
You know, it's hard to say whether or not more heads will roll. Let's remember that the other individuals who've come up in this, Paul Manafort, Carter Page, did not join the administration.
What do you think about the idea that has been put forward by Flynn's lawyers and then kind of recanted today that Mr. Flynn was tricked, duped by the FBI agents that came to the White House?
Well, I don't believe that that is the case. There was tremendous interest in trying to understand better what was going on and who was involved in any type of inappropriate or even illegal activity. President Obama sought the counsel of individuals who knew Mike, and President Obama knew him as well, knew of his reputation, and just said that he was not the right person to be the national security advisor for the Trump administration. His performance at the Republican National Convention and other types of things that he was involved in, I think really raised people's made people question what he was doing.
President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, arriving for sentencing after pleading guilty to lying, expecting there was a very good chance that he would walk out with no prison time.
Michael Flynn walking into court today, head held high, scattered protesters, but also supporters cheering him on. Words of encouragement from President Trump. Good luck today in court, he tweeted. In court, Flynn was smiling, but Judge Emmett Sullivan was not. He tore into the former general for lying to the FBI about his contacts with the Russian ambassador and for illegally operating as an unregistered agent for the Turkish government. Pointing to the American flag, the judge said Flynn's secret work undermines everything this flag over here stands for, adding, arguably, you sold your country out. The judge said he felt disgust and disdain. Flynn took a deal with special counsel Robert Mueller, spending 19 sessions talking to investigators. In exchange, Mueller...
Let me pause this for a second. You see how the news use action words to try to bring out an emotional response out of the viewer. I just wanted to point that out because that's called yellow journalism, and that's called playing with the emotions of the viewer.
Committed Flynn do no time. The judge said he was seriously considering sending Flynn to prison, saying, I cannot assure you if you proceed today that you will not receive a sentence of incarceration. The FBI director at the time of the interview, James Comey, blasted any suggestion that Flynn was treated unfairly, a notion promoted by some House Republicans.
Think of what's happened to the Republican Party. They're up here attacking the FBI's investigation of a guy who pled guilty to lying to the FBI.
Let's remember what this is about. This was a pretextual crime created by the FBI and by Sally Yates, the acting attorney general. Remember, after the election, Hillary Clinton needed a reason why she lost. Enter Russian collusion. Part of that was to find somebody in the administration to frame for talking to the Russians. They found General Flynn.
White House officials are not backing away from their claim that he was ambushed.
All of General Flynn's conversations with the Russian ambassador and everybody else were legal. So why did the FBI approach him? They knew what he said. They knew it was legal. The answer is they wanted to frame him.
Growing calls for Attorney General William Barr's resignation. This comes after Barr ordered a review in the criminal case of President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, who pled guilty to lying to the FBI. Democratic lawmakers are calling Barr's actions unprecedented and say it's setting a dangerous path for the Justice Department.
Now we coming up to present day.
Speculation now rising on whether former National Security Advisor General Michael Flynn could soon be exonerated. New court documents filed under seal Friday said to include significant exculpatory evidence. Shocking new reports suggest FBI General Counsel Dana Boente was acting in coordination with FBI Director Christopher Wray to block the release of that evidence that would have cleared General Flynn.
General Flynn was innocent and was completely set up and framed by the upper echelon of the FBI, that small group of the highest ranking members of the FBI that deliberately set about from at least August 15th, 2016 on to catch General Flynn in something and either prosecute him or get him fired. The U.S. Attorney, Assistant U.S. Attorney Joyce Lynn Ballantyne, assigned to the case, has advised us since Friday that they're working to unredact or redact certain parts of the documents that were filed under seal on Friday so that they can be disclosed publicly either tomorrow or Wednesday. It can't happen soon enough.
It's now likely we're going to find out he was framed. Imagine that, being framed by our own government and by political operatives who don't like you. And I think that's what we're going to find out.
He's being prosecuted now for allegations he lied to the FBI about a call he made with the Russian ambassador when he was the incoming national security advisor. Suggesting he didn't lie is one thing, and that he's being prosecuted maliciously. You understand, Joe? Suggesting this whole thing was him being framed and set up is an entirely different level of holy.
The government violated Judge Sullivan's standing orders to turn over exculpatory information. Look, Flynn was ambushed. He was the target of a coordinated leak campaign, as John Durham is now investigating, of classified information, which was also a crime. Comey sent his FBI people over there secretly to ambush him for the interview. They concluded initially he didn't lie. Then they changed their story later. Now it looks like they were withholding information from the court and that they were trying to force him to plead out by threatening his son, something they didn't want to tell the court or the public about. There's all this misconduct around the prosecution of, again, the victims of the deep state, in this case, General Flynn. He should not only be exonerated, the president should.
Mind you, they just said deep state. They just said deep state on national news. Like, come on, man.
Pardon him just to be sure, because if Biden or anyone else wins in November other than the president, you can bet the same gang is going to come back and try to re-prosecute him either on this or other charges.
And remember, we had in our report that General Flynn, the FBI didn't believe that General Flynn had lied. And here we are 2 years later with still no justice for General Flynn.
Here's Maria Bartiromo, who clearly knows something from a source. She mentions Baker. Baker was the lead lawyer at the FBI. He was Comey's right-hand man, Jim Baker.
Those documents are exculpatory evidence. They were not shown to the court initially, and basically what they say are they are notes about Michael Flynn's meeting at the White House with the FBI, that it was a complete setup and that he never lied. It's all in Mr. Baker's notes. That's the exculpatory evidence.
That was quite a little nugget drop there. So the lead lawyer in the FBI took notes indicating that when Mike Flynn was interviewed by the FBI at the White House, that he's being prosecuted for lying, but his own notes indicate he was telling the truth? Whoa.
Now, I played that whole video because I learned that when you have hard evidence like that, they snipe videos like that down. So I wanted it to be on record. So if they ever wipe that video off of YouTube, we still got the information. Now we're going to take a quick pause because I have to check something real quick. Okay. So all right, we can keep it pushing. Okay, so Obama officials falsifying evidence. Former Obama official admits she lied to media about evidence of Trump-Russian collusion. Evelyn Farkas is the reason why Democrats didn't want the 6,000 plus pages of testimony from the House Intelligence Committee hearings released. She became a special case because, of her appearance on MSNBC on March 2nd, 2017. That's when she claimed intelligence officials knew a lot more than they were saying about Russian collusion. Now let's look into Obama's involvement with Pizzagate. On this email, this is sent May 14, 2009 on a Thursday. It says from Copeland Susan, Daryl O'Connor, and Eric Einstein. This was circulated through them, and this particular one is to Don Coy Kendall. It says, get ready for Chicago Hot Dog Friday. I think Obama spent about $65,000 of the taxpayers' money flying in pizza and hot dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. Assuming we are using the same channels. Now I'm going to show you the FBI's official FBI symbols of pedophilia, which has been circulating, but it has to be reiterated. And it says, as a response, get to celebrate all you hot dogs out there, Eric, you can participate well, which is very sick. Well-known pedophile. Hold on, let me see if I can get that. Whoa. Okay, we just got to deal with it. Well-known pedophile codes were found in the emails of Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta. These code words are referring to sexual activities with children. Excuse me. Hot dog is boy, pizza is girl, right? So let's go back. Let's go back to what this email said. Ain't no way you gonna spend $65,000 on pizza and hot dogs. So pizza, remember, pizza is what? Pizza is for girl, hot dog is for boy. So it's a coded message that Obama spent how much? $65,000 on a pedophile party. That is so sick. And now everybody knows about we're almost done with this presentation. Like I said, it's going to be pretty short. Everybody knows that there is some conspiracy about Michelle Obama actually being a transgender. And I don't see how you can say Michael instead of Michelle, but Obama has been known to several occasions call his wife Michael, and here's a short video displaying him saying that in reference to his wife. And that's like if I had a girlfriend named Kelsey and I accidentally call her Kyle. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
And men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you have performed extraordinary service to our country.
Let me replay that one more time, because you hear how smooth and comfortable as if he say it all the time.
And men and women of the finest military.
He called his wife Michael.
Distinguished guests, and men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today.
I'm a closeted homosexual. I'm lying to the American people. That's my Obama. That's my Obama impression. I'm a pedophile. Okay, so I'm going to stop this real quick before I show the last slide, because I got to bring somebody in. But what's good?
Hi, I was on the entire time. When it hit the 25-minute mark, that's when I was going. But I was on my phone, so I couldn't even text you. But I was driving. But I was on the entire time watching the presentation.
Okay, so what do you think, before we get to the last one, what do you think about the information that we kind of...
Okay, so you got all this down in like what, like 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying?
Well, really just once, yeah, pretty much 2 nights.
Okay, so 2 nights. How do these people not see, like, do they not go out of their way to just look and research? Like, you got this done in 2 days. And people really are, you know what?
And I honestly feel like there is more information that I could have gotten. I ran out of time. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, we've been going hard all week. So I was like, all the presentations that I've been doing recently, I was researching all at the same time. So that's just, yeah. So,
and mind you, I was going to go ahead and have mine done But I work and I'm tired. So it's
I feel you. You brought the topic up, so I had to get on it. But yeah, man. The people that we entrust. Well, I don't trust. I don't put but as a whole, as a country, we trust these people, and we've heard bribery, we've seen pedophile codes, we see framing. Like it's a goddamn, it's like an episode of Power or some shit. Like shit is like they really like doing some evil ass shit. And I wanna, before I get to this last slide, because I'm gonna bring back the presentation up. I really want to show this picture again because I don't think y'all understand this. Well, no, y'all understand, but this is the president. This your man's.
Why?
That's your man's, man.
The main reason why a lot of people will let that slide is because Rock has his reputation for being a goofy guy. He has a sense of humor. And I'm just like, okay, but still, like, what? What is so funny about this?
That's your man's, man. Like who? He has a devil horns, glittery, with a tiara. That's your man's.
Like a Halloween costume I'd wear or something. Like what?
Man, I'm trying to. Man, that's probably his motherfucking Sunday's best. You hear me? Now. Remember how, like, this is what the caption says. Remember how I said that Obamagate will lead to Pizzagate? We haven't even scratched the surface, folks. These people are sick, blah, blah, blah. Now, what you're looking at is George Clooney and Obama on a boat with an underage girl. Why is he fiddling with his pants? I don't know. He's a weirdo. Why does she look dirty and like she just got snatched? I don't know. Why does he look super worried? Like, whoa, I did not expect somebody to be taking pictures right now. Shit, you tell me. And here he is kissing the neck of a little girl on his lap. And like, that's your man's, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know why people like
it's very emotional. Listen, they do. The main people that's where they be doing research are the ones that don't. They don't, bro. And it's like you only go by what you see, man. I'm doing some background checking before who I trust, and y'all not doing that. Y'all not doing background check. I don't like, and this stuff is out here. How like it's out here.
Like clear as day. Like clear as day. This man got like. Well, right now he's probably like I wouldn't. He's being persecuted now, and they're really about to be dismantling all this shit. Yeah, I know, right? That shit crazy, right? Thompson, that shit crazy. That's everybody fucking favorite ass fucking president, though. That's y'all forever president. But
nothing like
he's snatching kids up and shit.
Even by his presidency, there's nothing. I've never found him. What's the word? Just something about him that didn't really spark my interest. Like, I don't understand why people love him this much. Like, what did he do?
Because he was a good orator, right? And I saw this video where
I mean, I know why, but just like, what is it that he's reaching besides him just being a black man that touched niggas' hearts? I guess I don't know.
We were so ready for change that we accepted the first blackface, but that's exactly why I called this presentation blackface, blackface, white teeth. But he's for the elite. Like they just found a token nigga to make us feel good. But if you think about it, like I was gonna add it, but I didn't want to just overly stuff the presentation. I was watching this video where they were he was saying like black people need to stop. He was saying like black people need to stop blaming the police for their problems. And it's like, nigga, they beating our ass. Like, what do you mean? Like, y'all got to remember, under Obama's presidency, there was more black, like police killing black people than the Jim Crow era at its height. Right. That's probably from that trip for sure. That's when he bought her $65,000 of the taxpayers' money for
like,
some kids, bro.
That's my money going? No, I need that back.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
Or somebody gonna get.
And you know what? When all this stuff, the sick part about it is when all of this stuff gets put out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are still going to be people who deny it.
Yes, bro. Like what? How much? What kind of? Do we need to actually? Do these people actually have to come to your house, take some kids, and do what they say they do, but they kind of close doors just to get you to believe?
Right. Like you gotta. They want that shit. They want to be there. They want to be there and shit.
Man, it's ridiculous at this point. Like, and here's the thing about me. I'm at the point where if somebody has that mentality, I don't even pay. Like, I don't want to say I don't pay them any mind. I'm just saying, hey, you know, you're gonna be left behind, and when we get to where we need to be, don't be coming over here, you know, because we've been said some stuff. You stay over there where you at. You didn't want to listen the first time. Too bad. Too late. You should have got with the program the first time. So
right.
That's what I go by.
Because I'm tired of people just talking and not knowing what the fuck they talking about.
Yes.
Like
and then
niggas,
you out. They want to go. They want to be all mad and start like, no, you ain't finna do that.
You're perpetrating and you whoop what blase splee. No, nigga, he's a pedophile. Hillary Clinton is a satanic fucking cannibal, allegedly. But man, it is coming out every day. Every day there's something new, yo. Every day there's something new coming out on these people. Facts.
Like what kind of world y'all think y'all living in? Honestly, like what do y'all think y'all living in?
Because if it's true, then you got to deal with the consequences of it being true. Because when all this shit, comes out on, like, we got to cancel Chris Brown, man. Like the people we love. I'm just saying the people that we love, that we look up to, that we idolize because they're constantly pushing our face, and we grew up watching these people. A lot of them are evil, and it's going to be a hurtful culture shock when the truth comes out. And then there's going to be some people who deny. Now, this is from my White Rabbit lecture. I am doing an extended one, and I'm going to have some very, very special guests on the panel. I'm gonna keep it quiet because I don't want to. I don't want to give away who's going to be rocking with us, but it's going to be really dope. I'm going to have it set up soon, sometime next week. You feel me? I'm gonna try to get it rocking, but I have to show Uncle Joe doing what he does best, being a creeper. Why are you kissing that little boy on his lips? Why is your hands over that little girl's shoulder? Why are you touching her like that and smelling her hair? That's weird. That's creepy as fuck.
That's not even your kid. It should any kid, really.
And he's doing, and notice how many Asian kids that these people keep popping up with, and they're not adopting them. You never heard them say, oh, Obama has adopted an Asian girl or a Filipino girl or whatever. No, but you always see little Asians around. And you notice
why they're here. Like the post we saw on Facebook, like they didn't even bother to ask where the girl comes from.
Right. And how did she get there?
Yes. Where's your fucking parents?
It is like, it amazes me. Like how neglectful people are with their mental process. Mm-hmm. Like it bedazzles me. But here goes some more. Here goes some more evidence. Ooh wee. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna save it, but I'm just gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna present it again when we do it. But here go maybe a clear view of that email shit that I was showing y'all. It says it's a breakdown. How much? Because I already read that. Obama spent $65,000 of taxpayers' dollars on hot dogs for a private party. Excuse me. How much is one hot dog? The wholesale cost of a quality hot dog is about 20 cents. A bun costs about 10 cents, and the condiments cost about 10 cents per sandwich. That makes your cost about 40 cents each. If you can move volume, you can buy for less. Typical resale price in Chicago is about $1.95. So your gross is about, $1.45 cents per sale. Top definition: hot dog, male prostitute.
So it's like the fact that they're that cheap, $65,000.
So picture
and the amount of kids. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no, go ahead, do your thing.
I would just say 65,000. Imagine the amount of where are these kids? There's some underground bunkers, right? Still.
Yeah, facts.
Okay.
Look, they broke it down. They broke it down how many?
Mm-hmm.
$65,000 in hot dogs, $40 cents per hot dog equals 162,500 hot dogs. So if the private party had 81,250 guests, each guest could have 2 hot dogs each. What's more likely? Obama bought 162,500 hot dogs for a private party, or Obama bought 13 male prostitutes for $5,000 each for his private party? $65,000 in hot dogs. What's the chat talking? They too wild and it's out in the open. Exactly, yo. Symbolism beating their ass. Now, this is another one. Obama, Huma, and Podesta. And also on this email, they got Ben Affleck and Nancy Pelosi. Dear Barack, when we began the pizza arrangement, I thought we remember pizza as little girls. I thought we were going to be more careful than this. Operating from the White House is not what I originally had in mind. Remember that the hot dogs can come, but if you make a spectacle of it, this will be our downfall. And right you were, Hillary. Please know that I am speaking as a friend. You are the president and can do as you like, but I have to say I think it would be wiser to restrict this activity to our predetermined locations. Let me know what everyone thinks. We can vote on it if you like. Thanks, Hillary. You sick fucker, you. You sick ass, sick motherfucker. The person that took the pic of Obama on the boat was placed there for blackmail. Yo, facts. And look, speaking of that, now this is the picture that they put out in the press, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, the little girl is right here. Look at how Clooney is sitting. Look like he getting topped off, I'm gonna be honest with you. And then you look at this picture once again, and the man zipping up his pants. And look at that.
He's right beside him. Oh my God.
Oh shit. Let me zip my shit up real quick. She looking up like, oh, what's going on? He like, fuck. That is a guilty ass. Like you know this, like when people get caught doing something they shouldn't be doing and they get mad. Mm-hmm. That's what that face looks like to me. Man, it's we are run by devils, man.
Yeah, I don't understand what's wrong with y'all. To not understand this is going on.
Man, this is hurting me because I want to show this presentation so bad, but let me hop off of here.
I want to I think my goal was to pretty much focus on the kids. Like I wanna know where these kids are, because some of them apparently are alive. If you saw that one live on Unpolitically Correct, that Anderson Cooper was one of those kids, and now he's a grown man. So it's like, and then you have people like he mentioned Orlando Brown. He mentioned people like Amanda Bynes, while she going crazy. Maybe Britney Spears probably went through the same thing, because she went like, some of them are dead, some of them aren't. So it's like,
well, there are operations going on. I'm kind of giving away a little bit, but this is supposed to be a undercover op. You see the baby cribs in the little beds for little kids. Like a grown man can't lay on there. It's supposed to be some covert operations going on where they are infiltrating those bunkers and rescuing them kids and holding them in safety. And here goes some U.S. sex. Let me get off of here. I'm giving away too much. Here, let me save it. I'm giving away too much. I'm sorry.
Notice how it's like the East Side, the Midwest, and the East Side is the most filled.
Fuck it. Yeah, let me hold on. I'm sorry.
Illinois. I didn't even realize how bad Illinois. I knew Chicago was, but not Illinois, like as a whole.
Let me bring that up. I ain't gonna be selfish. This is the last thing though.
This gonna be
I want to save that.
I know where to move.
Right. It's very, very important. I'm gonna save it because when I show the presentation, when I have the guests that I'm gonna have up here, I want y'all to learn. It's gonna shock y'all. It is so much information. Like if y'all thought my first, our first adrenochrome episode was crazy. Wait till you see the updated information that I have on this presentation. It is sick as fuck, yo. But it is worth knowing because knowledge protects us. Like it is like I had to remember the first time I had to take a break. But this time I was more like, fuck how I personally feel, because if the babies are going through it, I have to be strong enough and man enough to talk about it. So I don't know why my computer is taking so long talking about it. So one thing I want to put out there, since we got people in here rocking with us, what do y'all think we should do to elect better officials and check? Like there has to be a process. There has to be a process where we stop pedophiles and shit like that in the cabal from infiltrating. Like what can we do to stop that? Like I wonder, as average American citizens, like what can we do
to stop what's going on?
Yeah.
It's fucking educate yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's I'm not saying that's the only thing, but that should be the number one thing. Stop thinking everything is a joke. That's it. Stop thinking everything is a damn joke. Like what kind of world do you think you live in? This is not. It's stuff like this ain't happening just because it's happening. Come on now. I refuse to be that person to believe that. It's me going through this, or just like you and me, everybody else. Like there's reasons why we're going through what we're going through, and we just gotta pretty much just educate ourselves on the whole thing. Okay?
Because I feel like a lot of us, especially the older generation, they are very, very ignorant. And when I say ignorant, is they're actively ignoring the truth. And because it makes them uncomfortable or it makes them not want to accept what's going on, that's why a lot of this shit was happening.
They're the most in denial out of everybody.
Yes.
They're the most in denial. And then when you call them out on it, that's when they want to go ahead and try to prove, like, no, you're in denial and you don't want to know shit at all. When was the last time you picked up a book yourself? And then you have the audacity to tell somebody like me, because I'm younger, what I need. No, I know what's going on. You don't happen to know what's going on because you choose not to choose that knowledgeable right. You choose not to be righteous. You just want to sit here and waste your life away. I'm not doing that anymore. Y'all about to go. I have to stay here.
Right.
Yes. So
shit.
I'm not like, no, I'm not. I see what's going on. I'm not living here if this is what's going on. So I'm willing to clean up whatever it is because y'all decide not to. And it's not just because of me. It's because of these children too.
Yep. It says now the source. I want to make this known because it's very important. So this ain't no conspiracy shit. The source that I got this from is from the U.S. Department of Justice National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Okay, sex trafficking statistics. Human sex trafficking generates billions of dollars in the U.S. every year. Department of Justice have identified the top 20 human trafficking jurisdictions in the country, and you see all the hot spots: Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, Las Vegas, Phoenix, El Paso, Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta, Tampa, Miami, Charlotte, Richmond, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Long Island, New York, Chicago, and St. Louis.
I'm mad Phoenix on there. I wanted to live in Arizona. I still do. I just don't know.
Glendale's the shit. I just got to put that up there.
Huh?
Rondo in the building. Rondo 2 Raw in the building. What's up, God?
You said where was? I wanted to live in.
I said Glendale, Arizona is the shit. I love Glendale. Shout out to anybody that lives in Glendale. I love y'all.
And you said it was cheap there, because that's also important.
No, well, that's more affluent. That's more affluent for sure.
Dang.
Phoenix is cheaper than Glendale, but Glendale is a very, very great place to live. It says
I wanted to go there regardless. Arizona was just a spot for me.
Oh yeah, you just get that motherfucking pistol. Hey, just to let y'all know, if I get to where I'm going or where I want to go get in life, I will be in Glendale, Arizona. Just saying, that's where I want to end up at. But
I'm gonna go there after. I want to go there after I'm strapped because I do want to get my license.
For sure. For real. A pimp can make $150,000 to $200,000 each year, and the average pimp has 4 to 6 girls, which is very sick. 9.5 billion annually is how much human trafficking generates in the United States. Approximately 300,000 children are at risk of being prostituted in the United States. 1/3 of teens on the street will be lured towards prostitution within 48 hours of leaving home. That is so sad. And unfortunately, here go the sickism map. Of course, as you know, the red areas are the most rampant. And unfortunately, look at Michigan. This is where I'm from. And they've been cracking down on human trafficking in Flint and shit like that. So I know for a fact that this map ain't no lie, because where I'm from, human trafficking is fucking horrible too. Women and children are getting snatched up.
My area is pretty it's on the blue.
Yeah.
Like where I'm at. I'm in Illinois. I'm on the blue area a little. Like I'm looking hard. So
yeah.
Even Hawaii. I have cousins there. I got little cousins in Hawaii.
I'm telling you, y'all gotta I just want to try to take a mental snapshot and just see, like, this is the world we live in, man. And notice this is Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And notice that this is where all the movers and shakers be at. And in Florida, Miami always popping.
Yep.
It is what it is, though, man. We the generation that gotta stop this shit.
And we will. We just gotta we just gotta stay focused and not let people that try to that is so quick to say some stuff about what we're doing bring us down. Because that's like the main issue for me. You always got somebody always got something to say. I'm like, man, you know.
That's why you gotta tell them shut the hell up. No, just kidding. Shut the hell up. Okay. Dumbs, those are the underground military bases that child traffickers be using. It says, I asked my friend in the army about them cracking down on human trafficking and the pedophile rings, and she said they for sure are, but she can't say too much. Yeah, man. It's for sure. Man, look. The only people who don't know are the ones that don't want to know and don't believe.
Yeah.
Like that shit is changing. And I noticed that a lot of older generations, and I'm not trying to be ageist, but a lot of older generations are oh yeah. Queens move around, it's all good. Facts. Facts. Keep that strap on you.
And I almost went to the Air Force. I just want to put that out there. I almost went there. Like I was pretty close and everything. I still have the book that I studied with to take the test and everything. And I'm like,
man, I say that you cannot trust law enforcement to keep you safe because half the time they're the ones trying to kill you. So I say every American citizen, I don't care, black, white, Asian, whatever, Hispanic, it is our right to have guns. And as long as we have that right, we should all have them. Best believe that when I'm traveling and doing my shit that I'm going to do, that I know the universe got me destined to do, I will be strapped and I will pop a nigga because I am more, I care about securing my life more than I care about killing somebody.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
I'm going to have I'm a Crown. When he was talking to us, I'm going to go on his level. Guns all in the house. Under here, under there, on top of there. I'm going to have a closet. I'm going to make sure I am protected no matter what.
John Wick. I say everybody. What do you say? Post that slide, please. You want the map again? You asking for the map? Here, I'll bring up that map again. I don't know if you're I don't know if you're talking about this one, but let me okay. I gotta do a little analysis, right? Look at this area right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now these are all approximate locations, okay, of the tunnels. This is the area, if you see on the map, where it was the most trafficking. Let me go back. That's that red area right there. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's all in the Midwest or the East.
It's all in this, all in this area right here on this map. And look at the confirmed approximate locations. These over here, and look at how California is stacked. But these are the speculated attachments, but in the tunnels. But these are the approximate right here. Like they know for a fact that this is where they are. And it's all through here. Remember, Long Island and New York, fucking, man, come on now. Come on now. Let me see. What else can I give you out from this presentation? I don't want to give away too much, but it's all important information. It's all fucking important to snatch that veil off of people's heads, and so they can stop bullshitting with life and take care of their fucking kids and their responsibilities. Like, I'm tired of people pretending that everything is a fucking conspiracy when it's a tested debris. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm tired of people just pretending that this shit is fake when it's right in our faces. And it's not a fucking game and it's not a joke. Like, it's just not. So I'm gonna end it. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if you want to add anything or if anybody in the chat want to add anything, how they feel about Barack Obama and his administration, what he did or did not do for Black people, because I think that's very important as well. Oh, the gun test. Oh, you saying the gun test is a breeze? Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta snatch that veil off. You can't, as long as y'all don't acknowledge the problem, it'll never change. Shit will never change. We will always be in this predicament that we are. Like, aren't y'all tired of kids being snatched? Because people act like, oh, it don't affect me until it's your fucking son getting raped, until it's your daughter getting raped, until it's your ass getting chopped up for human trafficking and your organs being sold, you know? Like, that shit is real. And for our former president to be prevalent in that circle is serious. It's muy serious. Super stupid serious that our leaders are part of it. It's like, that is crazy.
What is it about these leaders? You know what? I don't want to ask because I feel like I already know.
Say it.
What is it about these leaders that makes you now want to see if there's a bad side? Like, do you guys just think these guys are overall no, they're not, and they're probably the worst. Like, what do you think people that are rich will do with their money?
Right.
Rich will do with their money just to have it, and they know they can like save. Like they have the money to figure out all these damn problems, but they choose not to do it. So it's like, man,
these people got more money than their fucking future family members can spend. Like, I think it's a sadistic, psychotic power thing. Like, but Winning Will says Obama administration hurt Black people. Black America, because we thought he was really for us. And that's how he presented himself. He presented himself for the people, for us. It was a historical Black moment in history. And then he said, fuck y'all.
yeah, basically. That's how I felt. I'm like, he literally just straight up left.
He like, oh, thank you for the votes.
I'm out.
Dismissed. Like, it's crazy.
Got a blast.
But that shows but that's kind of like, let's be real, that's our fault for being racially biased and being easily fooled and used by our racial biases too. Because all I ever hear people say is, oh, I voted for Obama because he was Black. But look what that got us.
Nowhere.
More police protections, more gay rights. More gay people have more rights than we do. Gay people are more legally protected than we are. Why? Because Obama, your boy. Because your boy. He was too busy protecting gay people than his own. Or maybe he is gay. Shit. Maybe he did do for his people. Which I have inherently no issue with gay people, but for one thing, it's part of eugenics. You know, women and women can't born a baby. Man and man can't born a baby. So it has to be population control. Like, there's like, take the emotional side out of it, and it's eugenics. So for somebody to push legislation to force people to not only accept it, but push that narrative, I mean, that's just, man, it's a slap in the face.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm over here trying to focus on two things, but
no, you're okay.
I just really hope. I see. Here's the thing. I don't want to sound like that person that is too late, but I don't really have that much hope for Black people. We're already at the age of Aquarius. It's time. So yeah, that's how I feel. It's too late for y'all. For me, it's never too late. I already know what I feel like. I got a great support group, so it's like we all in this together. We know what we got to do. We just got to do it smart, and we're constantly every single day, as much as we can, try to educate ourselves.
What I always tell people now, because I used to think in like, oh, all the black people gonna be united, whoopty wop. I don't believe that anymore. I honestly look at the Gullah Wars, and I know that while they were fighting for freedom, it was still niggas in chains happy and telling on each other in the plantation. So it's not going to be everybody. You can't save everybody. Everybody don't want to be saved. Everybody don't want to know the truth. So the best we can do is just unite with like-minded people and take care of ourselves. That's all we can do. Like, it's niggas that love being slaves, yo. It's niggas that love eugenic programs. They love their vaccines. They love the poisonous food. They love the poisonous media. They love being lied to. They love being a historical slave. They love all that stuff. So let them rock. I say everybody has free will. It's not our responsibility to save everybody. It's only our responsibility to put the information out and let be what it is. It is going to be what it is. Like my dad used to always say that to me. It is what it is, and I used to hate that, but I kind of understand. It. Like, you can't stress yourself out. Like, you can't keep banging your head against the wall trying to save people that don't see a problem in how
I just ignore them. I just be like, and I guess it's because it's the people that try to push that things I believe is crazy. That's when I'm like, I can't ignore you. Can you please just stop? But like, I just go ahead and I just like, I just tell them, hey, if you're not willing to talk this out in a very, I guess, mature manner, you can just stop talking. I mean, that'll help. And then I go on about my day.
But people are immature though. Like,
very.
Like, just
some
think about.
Some of y'all too old to be acting that way too. So just like, am I talking to a grown person or what? Because I'm not going to deal with this at all.
We are living in a historic time period, right? With the COVID stuff, with the draining the swamp, with everything that's happening right now, with the revolutions, with black and white people coming together against police corruption. Like, it is such a historic moment in time right now, right? And there are people who literally spend all their time twerking, smoking on video, making jokes, fighting, doing coon shit. Excuse my language, but I've been saying that word recently because that's all I see. I'm sorry to anybody offended, but I just see cool shit all day. Niggas be telling me I'm focused on the wrong thing when I focus on stuff like this. That's why I no longer have friends. Man, my circle's smaller than a Cheerio. I feel you. I don't rock with.
Yeah,
man.
I only have you, Gorilla, Kiss. I love Kiss. And then like 2 people in real life, so that's just 5 people.
Let me think.
And I have 2 uncles. One of them I just found out a week ago that he's conscious. I just found that out. He's conscious, or he had a book talking about how to like his third eye is open. He just wanted to learn how to keep it open, how to activate it, how to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend, my aunt, she found out that I wasn't to this stuff, because we were just talking, whatever. I told him I'm spiritual. I ain't with that Christianity. I was just telling her I'm spiritual, I'm conscious. And so he bought a book talking about the third eye, and she was like, "Hey, this is what Kiki was talking about." And he looked like, Kiki, she into this stuff? And then that's when he told me. That's how he found out, because she told her. Then it's my great grandmother's birthday party. We about to go grab the food. I sit down in the car, and he like, so You went to this conscious stuff. I bought a book about shows and stuff. I'm like, really? You conscious? And ever since then, we just got closer.
Yep, that's good. Like my mom send me stuff all the time. Me and my mom talk about this kind of stuff. She be asking me questions and all that. And like I always respect the elder. Not saying that my mom is an elder because she's pretty young, but I respect when the elders listen. When they don't just be
Like,
popping off at the mouth.
let us say something, please. Like, y'all don't know everything.
Because y'all had y'all turn, man. Y'all had y'all turn. That's how I be feeling. Like, just shut the fuck up because y'all had y'all turn, man. Like, it's our turn, and we not scared like y'all was. Like, it's so many independent journalists, researchers, fact finders, light workers out here, dog. And I'm so proud to be in this lane because all the stuff that I used to say, it feels good. Even though we're a small community, it feels good to know that all the shit that I used to feel and I used to say in my inner circle and people used to get mad at me about, other people feel the same way.
Yeah.
So I want to say this. I want to end this now because a very, very, very important friend of ours is about to go live. I want everybody to go ahead and go to Kiss Cavalli's YouTube channel. She about to do something historic, and we need to rock with her. You feel me? Like Asha Divine gonna be on there.
I'm gonna be on there.
You gonna be on there, Key?
You just send me the link, so I'm not sure if I'm now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and go. So everybody, go to Kiss Cavalli. It's about to go down. She about to do something amazing, yo. So it breaks my heart when I think people conscious and then they be on some Bible money chasing shit. Exactly. The shit is sad. The shit they trying to pimp everybody. They trying to pimp. How you gonna pimp consciousness? How can you pimp consciousness, yo? The nerve of these niggas, dog. But I love y'all so much. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for rocking. Please share this video as far as y'all can. Very vital information, very healing talks that we be having up here. But once again, go ahead and head over to Kiss Cavalli's YouTube channel because she about to rock it and she about to do something so fire. So I'm going to be in the building watching and supporting the queen. And we're going to leave like we always do with love and light. Peace.